Hello everyone, Man of Revit with you and a Revit tutorial. Please like this video as you do and dislike if you don't like it and share to your friends and subscribe because I will make more and more videos from zero to hero levels for free. And don't forget to leave a comment if you have a specific topic you want me to talk about. And let's start. Um, I talked about walls. If you want to create a wall, you just open this door menu and you will find uh, these types of walls. Here you have wall architecture, and here you have wall structure and wall by face. And we talked about wall by face, wall architecture. And when we open wall architecture, we find some options, and we talked about it uh, before, and here is some options. Here is the location lines, and we talked about it in a specific or in individual video, and base constraint, and we talk about it. You can set it from here or from here, and you can also add base offset, so you don't have to start from level one. No, you can just leave a distance from level 1 and start, and this may be positive or negative. So you have here you can um, a specific, or you can enter the stop constraint, so you can make it level 2, and you can also make a top offset from the top constraint, so it can be uh, uh, positive or negative. Positive mean that it will be up from the top constraint, up from level 2, and negative it will be down. And we talk about these options, and I will talk about it um, again. If I make it a wall and I just select it, I can select it to the level 2. I can make a offset here, but I prefer I will create similar, and I will just make a rectangular. So when I just select them, I can here find a room boundary, and if I select any wall, you will have a room boundary. What does this mean? In Revit, you can make rooms. You can select any wall and uncheck it. If you uncheck room boundary, that means it will, when you create a room, uh, uh, this wall not affect, don't have effect on the room boundary. And when we talk about rooms, it will make sense for you. Then you can make it structural. You can just check it. Here you have some dimensions of it, some information about dimensions. So you have here length, it's 12, and you have area, and you have volume. Volume is the length multiply the height multiply the thickness. Then you have some identified data, image, comments, mark, you can add them, and we will talk about them later. But that's I will talk about another thing today. If I delete this and I uh, just select it and create similar, and I will make a bunch of walls, CS, and now I have just 3 walls as a sample. Now it's from level 1 to level 2. What can I do? I can go to level 1, and when I just select one and open this door menu, I can change the type, and we talked about it also before. There is a basic wall, and here curtain wall and stacked wall, and we don't talk about curtain walls and stacked wall here, but I will make a new thing. I will make a schedule about walls, and you will make and you will know why I will make it the schedule soon. If we open this tab, view tab, and you go to schedule, just when you open it, I find a schedule and quantities, the first option here. And when I just open it, I found a new schedule. You can select the type of options you want to open, and I'm here work on architecture one, so I just leave it as is. Then I will search for walls. I just uh, can select anyone and just write W from my keyboard, and I will be in walls. And this is schedule building component, and the name wall schedule doesn't matter to me. And okay, I go to this schedule properties, and now I want to select the available fields. That means the schedule columns. So um, I want to gather any information about walls. And in reality, we don't make wall schedule because I think it's not important, but sometimes you do. Here I will make this schedule to show you something important. If I add area and maybe add cost, you can rearrange it later on, and you can maybe description. I want just a maybe permanent type, just a bunch of them to show you something. You can here maybe width, and uh, assume that these all the options or fields I want to fill out, so I will maybe just arrange them. I want first the family type to go up, then description, then width, then area, then cost. Then I click OK. Now it's open a new tab called wall schedule, and this is the wall schedule I created. There's only 3 arrows, and we have this three types of walls because we just created these 3 walls. So if I create a new wall, I select it and create similar, and I just click here and create a new one, you will find it added here automatically, and this is what Revit do. Revit can update every information, and then and that's the PIM. But I will show you something else. If I go here, then I just go to architecture, and I just from work planes I choose reference plane RP, click it, and just make a reference plane, and I will call it 1. The reference plane is just a construction plane like the levels. So you can, when I put it like this, I can draw on it vertically. So I have here a structure plane. Then I can just go from architecture, component, and model in place. Model in place, when I go here, I will go to wall. I just select anything and click W. So I go to walls and okay, wall one, example of wall and click OK. When I just click OK, I have to set my work plane. So I click here to set work plane, and I will talk about this later on, but I will show you something. I will from name by name, I can choose reference plane one that I have created. When I get to OK, he tell me that I should, or I have to go to this elevation or north to can create on this plane, and it's natural. I created it like so. So I have to look from south or north to can create. I prefer to go to south, and it will start to create. I will create extrusion, and like so, we can just okay, and I will go to 3D. I can set the width from here, or I can make it from here. Just click any width I want. I want it to be thick, and then finish it. Now this wall, I can just go to realistic, and I can make it. You will find it on this schedule. So you will find this wall added to this wall schedule. That means that Revit categorized the model you have created as a wall. That's because when I go to model in place and just make a model in place, I make it categorized as a wall. So it will be a wall, but I created this wall by another type of wall. So you can create the walls as the preset of Revit by go to here, walls, architecture, then you can select your wall or create a new one and start to do it. Or you can, from component model in place, you can create the wall you want. And I can go again and select it and just edit in place. And in edit in place, I can select it again and I edit work plane. Sorry, edit extrusion. When I go to edit extrusion, I can make any editing. I can fillet arc like so here, and the same here. Then I click OK, finish. This video is not about model in place. I will talk about it again, and it's not about the schedule, but you now know a bit about schedule, and you know a bit about work plane. So that's what I want to show to you, that there are a lot of ways to create walls in Revit. So thank you, and I'm sorry again about my accent. I try to improve it, and it will be by your help. please leave me a comments. And if you don't uh, know anything about any topic, if you want to me to talk about any topic, you just leave me a comment or send me a message, and I will make a special video for you. Thank you. Take care.